Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Last time, we took on Malo's trial, and we were then sent to find all the previous trial captains of Alola, and it looks like we're going to be doing some, like, boss rematches or something, which should be interesting. That's not something you really get to do in Pokemon that often. In Gen 4, you had the opportunity to rematch the gym leaders, but it's not really something that happens in every game. Did I ever scream? Oh, by the way, you know what? Did I ever come back for this? Okay, so there's things here. I guess I'll talk to you first. That is Lana and Malo. Kiwi's the only one who's not accounted for here. Munch munch. Aromatherapy. I feel so relaxed whenever Comfrey hits me with it. Like all my worries just waft away. Are you sure you should relax quite so much, Malo? I quite like it when you're full of energy. You look much less likely to be startled by an unexpected visitor when you are. Speaking of unexpected visitors, how are you doing? Drago? When did you get here? Not that it matters. I was just trying to get closer to my Pokemon to see what kinds of special dishes they might like to make for them. That's all. Like I thought, true relaxation might be out of the question for you, my spry Malo. Poor Malo is feeling bashful, but I know how to guarantee you keep what you saw a secret. A battle? Yes! Let's do this. Alright, rematching more trial captains. I knew you would take my bait. I don't really mind if you tell Malo's secret. Not as long as I get to battle you. That sounds like a good way to stop having friends. Alright, so we're gonna go and take on Lana. I think I'm talking to Lana, right? I am talking to Lana. Okay. So, you are the water-type specialist, and I should have plenty of ways to take care of water types. So, Lantern is going to come on in. Lahas is probably the best equipped to handle you. But first, let me go and do the thing where I do something about your bulk, and then I'm going to do the thing where I go and... Oh, great. Yeah, I love it when that happens. So then I'm going to do the thing where I go and toss out some Stealth Rocks, and after that I'll switch out to somebody else and, like, kill you with Earthquake or something like that. So, alright. That's going to do 1/16, then 2/16, then 3/16, and so on and so forth. I'm going to go and use Stealth Rocks. Discharge is going to be super effective, but I don't think... Well, it'll bring me down to sturdy, but it didn't actually get me quite that far. I have 3 HP instead of 1 HP. And now I think we're set. I'm just gonna go and switch out. I should basically get a free switch to Lahas over here being immune to discharge, unless you decide to do something else, which happens sometimes. And you are going to indeed use discharge, and that's gonna indeed not do anything to me. So you're down to about 2/3, and I think an Earthquake should be more than enough to take you down. Oh, you're faster than me? Interesting. Hydro Pump is a neutral hit. I'm kind of glad you don't have any ice moves. I think Lantern can learn Ice Beam. Anyway, Lantern is going to go down to their Earthquake, and now that I think about it, I probably could have killed you with Giga Drain. Lantern's a little bit more specially defensive than physically. Automatize. Who is this? What are they doing? Burbrain is not doing anything. Alright, get that out of here. I like my moves the way they are. The rest of my team is going to share experience, and up next is Cloyster. So Cloyster probably has Ice Shard. You're gonna go take some damage on the switch-in from that. I am gonna go... Let's bring in Pico. I don't know if Cloyster is gonna be faster than Pico. Pico's not fast. I don't think Cloyster is especially fast either. It does have access to Shell Smash, which is something that you want to avoid. Icicle Crash. Alright, yeah, that didn't do anything. I'm gonna anticipate that even if you do use a water-type move on me, which you probably will, it's probably not gonna do that much. Cloyster is very physically defensive. I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh no, you're tossing out your own entry hazards. Okay. Okay, yeah, that didn't do anything. Fire Fang is going to be a neutral hit also, but at least it's going to be same type attack bonus, so it'll do 50% more than Leech Life did there. Alright, so you're going to go and stack up another layer. I am going to need to be careful to who I switch in then, if this is how it's going to be. Icicle Crash, you have 2 layers of spikes out. Icicle Crash didn't do anything the first time, and it's not going to do anything this time. I guess it could flinch me. Alright, it didn't flinch me. Fire Fang is going to... Wow. I swear it did more damage the first time. Third layer of spikes, fine. Another Fire Fang, as long as this doesn't miss, good. Then Cloyster is going to go down, and you're down to your last Pokemon. Those Stealth Rocks really did come in handy, because that did definitely save a turn or two in that part of the fight there. Logvacor is growing to level 51. Aquanid. Interesting. Water Bug. I think I'm going to switch out here. Or U-turn out here anyway. Oh, you are going to go and do a Water-type Z move? That's going to suck. Probably Hydro Vortex. I think Pico might be dead here. Alright, yeah, that... Very unfortunate. Goodbye, Pico. So Pico is going to go down, and I'm going to go switch into... Bird Brain is going to be immune to the entry hazards, but paralyzed and at 6 HP, I don't think you're really going to do much. Gon Lahas, do you have Levitate? What is your ability? Alright, your ability is Levitate. Gon Lahas will be immune to the entry hazards, but you're also at like 40% right now. I don't think you can do anything to Fus or Da, so we're going to go and use Unrelenting Force on your face and blast you into next week. Let's see. I don't remember how fast you are, but I think a Rock Slide should be enough to take you down. I am faster than you, apparently. Rock Slide on an Aquanid is not going to take it down. Wow, alright. That thing, a little more defensive than I thought it was going to be. So, that was a not very effective hit, and Rock Slide is going to miss, which is one of those things that Rock Slide does occasionally. Liquidation did more damage than whatever you did the first time, I think. And it hit this time. Alright, so Aquanid's going down, and let's see, I think that's your last Pokemon. So Fusrada is going to grow to level 51. Very nice. Stats are fairly high there. Noble Roar, what's this about? Letting out a Noble Roar, the user intimidates the target and lowers its attack and special attack stats. So, that's kind of like that one move on, what was it, Poipole that I was looking at earlier, except it doesn't also lower your speed. Not terrible, but... I could see a world where I want to use that, but I also kind of just, like, don't. So you're going to give me the green petal. Are you not going to fight me? That's disappointing. So that's a green petal. Looks like another dagger. And are you going to give me the blue petal? Alright, you are. So we're halfway there now, assuming that there's 8 in total. I need Kiawe up on the top of the volcano. I need... Who else was there? Sophocles. Who else was there on Ula Ula Island? Yeah, alright, let's go there. Wait, I should heal. Should I heal? Pico's dead. Burbrain's almost dead. Alright, well, Whale of Volcano Peak. Alright, so have a good time with Kiawe. How about a bubble beam from Aquanid? Well, I don't think Kiawe would like that very much. I'm gonna go heal with items. Hang on. Alright, so we're all in good shape now. And if I teleport up here, Whale of Volcano Peak, Totem's dead. Kiawe. You are not Kiawe. Who am I? You are the hiker, the best hiker, the same old hiker, the suspicious hiker. I believe your name was Hiker David. The best hiker. Like, objectively. Alright, good to see you again. You're looking for Kiawe? He's... Oh, right there. Thank you for filling in while I was away, my good hiker. You never even have to ask, bro. Nothing better than dancing up here on the volcano with my Marowak and you. Yes, that's exactly the sort of intense training that made me who I am today. That's why I was thinking of getting you to become a good candidate to become captain after me. I think you should let someone who really wants to be captain take the job, bro. I'm not the type who can help trial goers of the Marowak live up to their full potential. Because all I really want to do is bust a move. This is like a Tierno from X and Y. It's like his, long-lost twin or something like that. Is that so? You're here for Mina's trial, right? Would you like to burn and battle with me? Of course. Sounds painful. Alright, being thrilled by an opponent's excitement, nothing makes me want to battle more. So, I think you are the Fire-type captain. I think I definitely want the rocks out in front of you, because Fire-type Pokemon will take extra damage from Stealth Rocks. I will not stay in with Bird Brain for any longer than I have to, though, because, you know, Fire is one of the types that's actually a problem for Bird Brain. So, we're going to lead with Arcanine, and are you going to be a physical Arcanine or a special Arcanine? Because it's possible for Arcanine to do either. And if you're physical, I might actually be able to take a Flare Blitz to the face and live to tell the tale. I mean, beyond sturdy. Nope, that brought me down to sturdy. And if you're a special, then it would have been over before it even started. Alright, so Bird Brain is burned, and that is going to do recoil to you, and I'm gonna get the rocks out, and then Bird Brain is basically gonna go die. Yeah, we're gonna just let you take a breather in the back of the party. Who's coming in next? So Log for Core is the obvious answer. God and Lahas can also handle you. I guess it's gonna be Log for Core. I think Choice Spec Scald is probably going to do a decent amount of damage to most of his team. So Arcanine is going to be faster. Well, no, Arcanine is going to use Extreme Speed. Arcanine probably is also faster, but I guess Extreme Speed is the best move that you've got. I think Arcanine, at least in some generations, can also learn Dragon Pulse, which would have been a little bit scary. Anyway, experience to go around. And you're going to send in Talonflame. So Talonflame, I've seen one or two of these recently. You're going to take half damage from Stealth Rocks. So definitely glad I got those out. Although I don't think that you really would have survived a Scald anyway, because Talonflame's defenses are kind of terrible. Especially after the Brave Bird recoil. So we're going to go and use Scald, and that's going to be it for you. And Talonflame is done. And lastly... Marowak? Or are you gonna have Marowak? Alright, so you're gonna be the Fire Ghost type. And are you faster than me? I am faster than you. Okay, so we're gonna use Scald. And that was enough to take you down. Alright. So Marowak is done, and Kiawe by far had the easiest fight out of all of the trial captains that I've seen so far in the last recent memory. So someone got a level, and Kiawe has been defeated. Astounding! Alola! Oh, we're gonna fight Hiker David too? Perfect. That makes up for not fighting Mallow in the last area. So we're gonna fight Hiker David, and Hiker David is going to have a Magmar. Alright, that's a fire type. It counts. However, I'm gonna have a Fusroda, and I think we're gonna do the thing where I go and Fusroda your face right over the peak of the mountain. And Rock Slide coming from a Pseudo Legend, I think is probably not gonna do very kind things to Magmar's face. All right, goodbye, Magmar. I'm glad. I'd like to see the enthusiasm there, but maybe pick your battles a little bit more carefully next time. My hiker friend was so pleased by your right answer that he simply had to battle you. See, I can't stop myself from wanting to dance. I'm just not the type who should be a captain. You're spectacular. You are so spectacular that I will give you this flaming hot red petal. Okay, so that one looks less like a dagger, and because of the particular wording that he said there, I'm thinking like red hots or like spicy cinnamon candy or something like that. So we're gonna go put that away, and the next one that we're gonna have to fight is gonna be, I think, Sophocles, Hokulani Observatory. So, yeah, I guess there's a Pokemon Center right there. I do need to heal. I don't really think I'm going to heal with items this time. Give my regards to Sophocles. Alright, so this video has been going on for about 15 minutes so far, I think, a little less than that, so I think we should be good to get through probably most of the rest of these captains in this video. I don't think we're going to have to really waste a lot of time here. So we're going to go and heal, and I'm going to go and say hello to Sophocles, who is the other type that Skarmory doesn't really want to fight, I guess. But I think after that should be smooth sailing for Bird Brain here. So, Executor Express. That is such an incredible design for a vehicle. Like, I've seen some tour buses in real life that are kind of out there, but like that one just really steals the show, you know. So I think this was Sophocles' office. Alright, it is. Sophocles and Moraine. We're gonna fight both of you? Well, Safi, I guess this'll be a goodbye for a while. Big Mo! Please never call him that again. Now, Safi, when you're saying goodbye to someone who is important to you, you gotta show them one last smile. That's what an old friend of mine always said anyway, back in when we did our island challenge. Hey, Drago, thanks again for doing the favor for me before. What did I do? I don't remember what I did. Oh, it was feeding the charger bug or something. Anyway, sure seems like you've gotten to see some interesting things on your island challenge. It's been quite the experience for you. It's time for the next generation to start taking their place among the stars, I guess. So, Safi, Hokulani Observatory is all yours now. Oh, is he retiring or something? Big Mo. For some reason, like, the first thing that comes to mind there is an old baseball player, I think a first baseman of the Boston Red Sox and later the New York Mets, Mo Vaughn. If you know what he looks like, you probably can figure out why. So you're gonna give me the yellow pedal. You're not gonna fight me. You gonna be okay? He'll come back. It's not forever. He just said that he had something to do for Professor Kukui, that's all. You gotta finish Mina's trial, right? You want me to take you to the next stop? So I was hoping for a battle, and I'm a little bit confused about why we didn't battle. I kind of get that in the Lush Jungle, maybe they didn't want to have us fight two captains at once, but I don't know why we're not fighting this guy. Anyway, Ace Rolla is up next, and Ace Rolla can be found. Is this the Ether House? Anyway, good luck with Mina's trial. So you are going to go and just drop us off here, and Ace Rolla, please tell me that we are actually going to fight. Oh, is it Guzma? Are we going to fight Guzma? Oh, it's you. Look, kid, about what happened with Necrozma, I guess I should... Thanks. I'm saying thanks, okay? Hey, if it isn't Drago and Guzma, what are you two doing together? Kuna's grandson, huh? We're doing nothing. Oh, yeah? I got something I wanted to ask you, Guzma. That Golisopod you got, yeah? What? This dude? Yeah, it's been with me since before I started out on my island challenge, my partner. There ain't nobody on Team Skull who can beat my Golisopod. The rest of my team, too. I met them all during my island challenge and trained them up as good as anything. Not that any of that matters now. So you got to meet your Pokemon partners by doing the island challenge and made some really great friends, too, huh? Friends? What are those? You know, everybody in Team Skull. They all really love Guzma after all, right? You'll meet Pokemon and people on your journey that'll enrich your life, is that it? Oh, that's Guzma. I should have said that in a more, like, jerkish voice. Jeez, you really are Olhala's grandson. Who knows? Maybe kids like you can make the island challenge actually mean something again. Here. I don't need these anymore. So that is a Grip Claw. That increases damage done by moves like Bind and Wrap. From, like, an infinitesimal amount of damage every turn to a slightly less infinitesimal. It's not worth it. So, thanks anyway. It's an item that's always been in every Pokemon game, and as far as I know, except for maybe Gen 1 where, like, bind trapping was a thing, it's never been a... No, Gen 1 didn't even have hold items. That was a Gen 2 thing, I think. Here it comes again. The winds of Alola are blowing up, bringing some new change. Just you wait, Guzma. I'm gonna outdo even the Kahunas. And I'm gonna make sure everybody knows that they can be something great, whether they choose to do the Island Challenge or not. You didn't fail to become a Captain Guzma, no matter what you think. So go become something else, something that nobody has ever managed to be, or else. Consider this one last warning. I told you before, but once we both finish up our Island Challenges, we're gonna start having a serious battle, you and me. Alright, you keep saying that. I don't see you having any serious battle against me anytime soon. You just keep running away. I'm willing to have a fight with you, Hal, but you're the one who seems to, not really be into that. Anyway, we take 2 steps forward, and... Oh? You gotta at least learn the moves. Someday you'll be able to use Dark EMZ too. Rawr. I agree. If I can get even stronger, maybe Ace Rolla won't have to worry when she leaves the Ether House. Oh, you boy. Finishing up your island challenge, is that it? Ace Rolla's out at the moment. Think this old man will do in her place. I'll only hit it as hard as she would have done. You want to take me on? Alright, so Ace Rolla is absent, and she sent in a substitute student or something like that. And Nanu doesn't really look like he wants to be here, as he always does, but I think we can see what's gonna happen here. You're a dark type specialist, if I recall. So we're gonna start off by tossing out the stealth rocks. Sableye. Okay. You were, in the past, a Pokemon who didn't have any weaknesses, but given the introduction of the fairy type, that is no longer the case. I'm just gonna go Toxicue because I don't feel like dealing with you. I don't think Sableye can really do anything to me. It's not a very good Pokemon. It'll inflict status effects and I guess use Nightshade to do like 52 damage a turn, but Dark Pulse. Okay, so that did 51 damage. No, that did 61 damage, so that did slightly more than a Nightshade would have. I'm gonna go and toss out a Stealth Rock, and that's going to make it so that your last two Pokemon are going to not really have a good time in this fight here. Shadow Ball. That's going to do the same amount of damage as Dark Pulse did. It has the same power. It has a chance of lowering special defense instead of flinching. But coming from a Sableye, your offenses are not that impressive. Let's go and switch into... You know, Fusorada really hasn't had that much time in the spotlight recently. I think we'll switch into her. Alright, so Fusorada is going to go and take a Dark Pulse, and that's going to not do very much damage because I do resist that. And the poison damage is going to start to stack up. So how about a nice Dragon Claw to the face? And that should do a decent amount of damage. And that just barely didn't carry you. Bulletproof apparently works on Shadow Ball. Generally speaking, Bulletproof will work on any move with Bomb in the name. It'll work on... I forget if it works on Pulse moves too, like Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, that sort of thing. But there are a couple others. Shadow Ball, I guess, counts as an artillery move. Anyway, I am a fighting type. I think Fusorada is going to have a... Ooh, that's going to hurt. Oh, no, not even. Alright. I think Fusorada is going to have not too hard of a time in this fight. So we're going to go and use a Brick Break. That is going to take down Absol. Lokvakor is going to grow to level 52 and learn Dragon Dance. If I was a physical attacker, I would definitely go with that, but going with the special attacks, I don't think I'm really into that. So, Persian is coming out next. Alolan Persian is also part dark, and it looks very weird. I don't know what to say about that. It looks like its face got, like, flattened by a book or something. But you're going to go and use Dark Pulse, and apparently Bulletproof does not defend me from Dark Pulse, so that doesn't count there. I think it's also, like, based on the Japanese names. I don't know if all of the English names are translated literally from Japanese, if, like, all of the bomb-related moves have, like, bomb in the name the same that they would have in Japanese. But anyway, you're going to use Black Hole Eclipse, and I guess that's probably going to take Fusorada down. Yeah, not very effective, but you're going down. That was, didn't have a lot of HP to cut through. But that's unfortunate. It is what it is. So, let's see. I don't think Persian can really do much to me. I don't think Persian can really do much to me at this point. I'm just gonna go do Extreme Speed. We'll see. I don't think this will take you down. Yeah, that didn't take you down. In fact, another one might not even take you down. But Dark Pulse, I have the Eviolite still. I should be okay standing up against a hit or two here. And, alright, another one did take Persian down. So, that's going to be it for Nanu. And Struenba is going to grow to level 51, just 4 more to an evolution. If I can level you up to level 55 by the time we get up Mount Lanakila, I'll just do it that way. Otherwise, I will use rare candies on you so that we can evolve before the Elite Four. Anyway, you got me good, kid. Hope I don't get in trouble with the girl for this. Here, take it. It's the only reward you'll get from me. That is a purple petal. That's a fairly ornate dagger. It looks like it's got like a handle. It looks like the sort of thing that you would have stabbed like Macbeth with. Anyway, you should go and tell that young Philomena that you're done with what she asked you to do. Wait, is that it? Are there no more to get? Ilima! The 3 on the last island, Sophocles, this guy, that was only 6. Plus the one that Mina gave. I guess I don't have to go. That's weird. So let's get out of here. And I'm going to leave math to other people. We're just going to go and fly back to... Where's my stylus? Whenever I use the stylus in one of these games, I, like, drop it down on my desk when I'm done with it. And I never put it back in the slot on the 3DS. And then when I go to pick up my stylus, it's, like, never in the slot on the 3DS. And I have to be like, oh, what was I doing the last time I was playing with it? Anyway, let's go heal first. Alright, so here we are. So, Mina, I did your thing. Welcome back. Was everything okay? Except for Verdant Cavern, yeah. We captains love getting to see how kids like you and your teams grow. Trial growers, and those of us who watch over the trial growers, we all get to share that joy with our Pokemon, you know? Alright then. Let me hit the 7 petals you collected for a second, would you? Oh, I guess it's 7 because it's like the 7 colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, whatever, wherever Indigo fits into that. 1 rainbow flower. I made it from the petals you got from everybody. Alright. Well, that's kind of cute. So we're going to go put that away. What exactly is that for? Where's that totem Pokemon? This is the final totem Pokemon for the final trial of your island challenge. I hope you're ready for the toughest totem yet. Oh, is there another fight after this? Oh, right, because we fought Mina. We didn't fight any totem Pokemon. What's this? Rimbury. Didn't you have one of those? Didn't we already fight one of those? Anyway, so Rimbury is coming in. And do I want to be extremely cheap and do the same thing that I did with the last one with poison and whatnot? So your stats are rising sharply. Fairy Bug? I mean... Maybe I wish I taught Skarmory Rock Slide before this. I guess I'll do it. Alright. So you are going to use Dazzling Gleam, and Dazzling Gleam is going to do absolutely nothing. By absolutely nothing, I mean just under half. So, Poison is going to start whittling away at your health. Are you going to summon friends? Are you going to summon friends inside Mina's house? Is the question. Did she leave the door open? Did she close the door behind you? Alright, you are going to summon friends. I guess they came in through the window or something, so that's a Pelipper. And, Pelipper is going to summon Rain. Alright, that's exciting. I'm going to use Fly. And I'm going to do a little bit of damage. Okay, you are Quiver Dancing. That might be a problem. Okay, you're gonna use Scald on me. And Rain boosted. That was enough to take me down. Okay, so no Fly for me. Let me see. All of my Pokemon have, like, a problem with this. So I obviously have the Dragon-type weakness to Fairy, and then Pika's also weak to Water. Look for Core. I really wish you had Drizzle for your ability, because then that would make you able to outspeed Rimbury with the Quiver Dance. But I'm gonna see if I can get a... Oh. No, Scald is still gonna outdamage Flash Cannon, because the same type attack bonus plus the Rain boost. If I'm able to actually get something off. Dazzling Gleam. That is gonna be a problem. Goodbye. Let me see. So, I might need to do the same thing that I did in some of the other recent fights and, like, stall and then use Extreme Speed on Dratini, on Stroon. Is there any chance that Gon Lahas is gonna be faster than both of you? Nope, not with a Quiver Dance up. Okay, this thing has some serious sweeping potential, which I don't think I really like. And you're gonna buff your defenses. Okay, someone is gonna have to be revived. The question of who that someone is going to be remains to be seen. You're 4 times weak to Fairy, so this is gonna be like, unless you do something really stupid, which you're probably not gonna do. I think my best option here is going to be to use this turn to actually revive somebody. I'll revive Core, because I don't think Pelipper can really do anything to him. You are going to use Dazzling Gleam, and if Pelipper could use, like, Spit Up or something, that would be fantastic. After this... Okay, you're just going to stockpile again, whatever. After this... Poison is going to take you down to the range where I can just use Extreme Speed and finish you off. So I think, Stroon is going to come on in, and Stroon is just going to go and use Extreme Speed, and that is going to take down the Rimbury. And now it's just me versus a Pelipper, and this is a much more manageable fight. I've revived Logfoot Core mainly based on trying to, like, find someone who could do something to a Pelipper. Or rather, maybe someone who I thought that a Pelipper couldn't really do anything to. Very much the opposite. I'm going to paralyze you, and that's going to slow you down a little bit. Your defenses are at +3, so that's 2.5x defense. You're going to use Spit Up. Okay, that's fine, because it means that your defenses are going to return to normal. And let's see. Can I, like, Dragon Dance and then just hack away with Extreme Speed? Is that going to work? I'm guessing that we saw the upper limit of how much damage you could do to me with Spit Up there. Brutal Swing is 60 power. Extreme Speed is 80, so Extreme Speed is going to outdamage Brutal Swing. I really do not have very good attack moves on this thing. Alright, so we're both at +1 on the offense and defense, so this is going to be a 4 KO more or less. And I've got 3 power points left. If I got a critical, that would be great. You're going to be paralyzed again. And we're going to do this again. And you're going to be paralyzed a 3rd time. I actually got fairly lucky on that. That's what? It's a 1/4 odds, right? So 1/4 raised to the 3rd is 1 in 64 chance of 3 paralysis in a row. Not going to say no to that. Anyway, everyone's going to gain experience, and we are going to defeat Totem Rimbury. Again, with the fairly cheap strategy of just poisoning you and waiting. What is that ring you're wearing? That's a pretty great picture. You and your Incineroar. You just didn't beat the captains to get all their... You didn't just beat the captains to get all their petals. Yeah, I only beat, what, 3 of them in combat? Plus Nanu if he counts. You even beat the totem Pokemon that came to check out the rainbow flower we made. You are just too great, Drago. You're a great Pokemon trainer. So here you go. A piece of Therium Z for you. Watch this real close. You finished all your trials, so the only thing left for you is your grand trial. It'll be Little Hapu's first grand trial. That's pretty exciting. Oh, we didn't fight Hapu yet, did we? Alright, so I am definitely going to need to go heal after this. Alright, admirable job. Meaning, grand trial time? Yes, it is time for your grand trial. I'll await your arrival on Executor Island. That's hard. So, that's gonna wait for next time. I'm gonna end this off here, so the time has come for you to wrap up your island challenge. I even had an all-out battle against Tau, held nothing at all back, and I was defeated in spectacular fashion. The island challenge helps you all grow, and you in turn will help Alola keep changing. I can't imagine anything more delightful. So I'm going to end this off here. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. Next time, we're going to go and showdown with Hapu for the grand trial of Pony Island? Pony Island. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.